G'day One World Fly Squad, welcome back to another Thursday trip report. I'm at Changi Airport Terminal 1. Today I'm flying British Airways BA15 flight from Singapore to Sydney. This will be my first time flying BA to Australia, so I'm actually quite excited, and it's also obviously their 5th freedom flight from Heathrow to Singapore to Sydney. So yeah, now without further ado, let's go check in. I took this flight back in July 2022, and BA was using the Dreamliner on this route. From late October 2022, British Airways is going to deploy the 777-300ER on this route with Club Suite 121 configuration in business class, so that's something to look forward to. But tonight I'm going to have the good old Club World in the 232 configuration. So here we are at the BA check-in. Everyone here is going to Australia because the flight to London doesn't leave until midnight. When I took this flight, there was some baggage issues and many delays from London Heathrow. Originally, I was supposed to leave Singapore a few days earlier on this flight, QF2, but my flight was delayed by over 16 hours and I would miss my domestic connection to Adelaide. So eventually, after many hours of searching for new flights, I moved myself onto BA15, which you can also see on the screen right now, landing from London Heathrow. Interestingly, QF2 today was overbooked, and I overheard that they're moving some passengers on QF2 onto my BA15 flight. As always, immigration was a breeze here at Changi, and you don't do security screening until you board the plane. So tonight, with my BA or One World business class ticket, I could have access to 3 lounges here at Singapore Changi. They're the Cathay Airways Lounge, Qantas Business Class Lounge, and British Airways' very own lounge here at Changi Terminal 1. Tonight I decided to visit just the BA lounge. I'll visit the Qatar and Qantas next time. Pre-COVID, British Airways has a daily A380 flight between Singapore and London, so that's a lot of premium passengers, and that explains why the lounge is quite huge here. You have many different types of sitting options and they look very comfortable. And look, coat hanger. Noticeably, every seat has easy access to power outlets. I really like the overall look and vibe of this lounge. From the lights they use, the furnitures, the wooden floor and also carpets, it's got a very comfortable yet luxury vibe. Now let's check out the food and beverages options they've got here. This is the self-serve bar. You can make yourself a glass of cocktail, and of course you can't forget about the wines. Here's a beautiful selection of finger food. The hot food is also pretty good, and I got some satay with peanut sauce. At the dining table, you can scan the QR code and order some special food and drinks. Butter chicken rice sounds good. You can order some special cocktails and champagne as well. The champagne they've got here is the Joseph Perrier. The satay is absolutely delicious. Before long, it's time to head to our gate for Sydney, Australia. And I happened to walk past the arrival immigration hall and it's completely madness. I've never seen that many people at Singapore Changi arrival before. So here's our aircraft today. Again, it just arrived from London Heathrow, now onwards to Sydney, Australia. It's a 4-year-old British Airways Boeing 787-9 Golf Zulu Bravo Kilo Foxtrot. Hello, how are you? Sleepy. Me too. Can't wait. Thank you so much. Rest well tonight. It's full of people here. Our flight is going to be very full. Imagine if they use the A380 at this gate. Ew. Boarding is done by group numbers here. Group 1 first for first class and One World Emerald. I'm One World Sapphire and in business class, so group 2. Hello, Suzanne.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Yourself?
I was asking about you, Jaden. Very well. Just down here, my darling.
Yes,
nice
so glad
to
I
see
made
you.
it.
Good. I'm glad you made it too.
Yeah. Welcome on board BA787-9 Club World. My seat today is 13E, and I got direct unobstructed access to both aisles. Ready for me on this long haul flight is a pillow, a bedding bag, I'll show you the things in there later, and a noise cancelling headphone.
Hand baggage securely in the overhead lockers. Smaller bags tagged with a yellow label must be placed underneath the seat in front of you. If you are sitting in the front row seat, exit row, the floor area must be completely clear for takeoff. In a Club World cabin, your bedding may be placed underneath the footstool area. Devices may be used during your flight as long as they're in flight safe mode.
For a welcome drink, of course I got a glass of champagne. A white company amenity kit was just handed out to everyone in Club World. I'll show you the content after takeoff.
So flight time today of 7 hours and 25 minutes will be departing in about...
The crew also just gave everyone a bottle of water and a menu. I'll show you the menu after takeoff.
Yeah,
Are you ready close for dinner?
Beef cheeks, please. Yes.
And any still or sparkling water?
Sparkling would be
And would
nice.
you like any...
We will now demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft, and your attention is essential as these may differ from any aircraft you have flown on before. Please study the safety card in your seat area, as this includes important safety information specific to this aircraft type, such as the brace position and location and operation of the doors. We'd like to thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, please ask your cabin crew.
So my seat 13E is rear facing. I'm facing directly at my neighbours at 13D and F. But once the safety demonstration is over, I can have the dividers up. So no more awkward staring, and in the middle seat I have the ultimate privacy.
On this British Airways operated flight down to Sydney. Joining me this evening is my in-flight lead, Shane Finnegan, and Shane will be looking after all customers and crew in the World Traveller Plus and the World Traveller cabin. On behalf of Shane, myself and all of the crew, we'd like to welcome you all on board and say a special welcome to those of you returning from our executive club, and also to those of you joining us from our One World Alliance partners. Just a little bit of housekeeping. May I remind you to keep your seat belts fastened whenever you are seated, and it must remain securely fastened whenever the seatbelt signs are on. Have to guess. On behalf of the crew, we wish you a pleasant and comfortable flight. Thank you.
So now I've got the lights on and I can show you the menu. This page is all about the drinks. At this day and age, I'm really impressed that BA has menu on board. On board BA Business Class, you have a wide selection of alcoholic and also non-alcoholic beverages. And I do apologise, I forgot the food menu. Here's the white company amenity kit. Inside's got a pair of socks, an eye shade, a lip balm, lotion, toothbrush, toothpaste and earplugs. Now let me show you the seat features. So you've got a TV. During takeoff and landing, you have to put it away on the side. You can find a tray table directly under the TV. A light will illuminate the moment you have the table down. You can open it, doubling the size, and move it closer to you when you dine. And if you've got the skills, you can fold it during the meal service and walk out to either of the aisle to use the lavatory. When you go down further, you can find a safety card, a USB port, universal power socket, and a shoe shelf. I'm using it as a storage space instead. Note that when you have your seat in a flat bed position, you don't have access to that shelf. Because I'm in the middle seat, I've got two dividers, and I've got the seat control buttons on one side. Directly in front of me, there's a footstool. It has to be up during takeoff and landing. I can obviously pull it down to place my feet on it, and also it can become a part of my bed when I recline fully. Directly next to me, I can find a reading light. I can adjust the brightness, and there's a TV remote. It can come in handy if I'm watching the TV in a lie flat position and I don't want to reach out for the TV. There's a headphone jack and a USB port. Judging from the photos, the middle seat might look a bit cramped, but I actually find it really spacious. Like, I got plenty of shoulder rooms, and I still got plenty of room even if I place my bedding bag right next to me. And now let's check out what's inside that bag. So there's two things inside, a mattress covering and a blanket, all accompanied by a very big pillow. And here's the noise cancelling headphone. Welcome on board BA 787-9 Club World Lavatory. A very quick lavatory tour. So down here you've got the basin, hand wash, two more hand wash, hand cream from the white company, antiseptic wipe and air refresher. Here you've got the toilet, another mirror, and coat hooks. The cranberry blush.
Cranberry.
Yeah, but easy on the vodka, please.
No.
Oh, okay, Asian
Either
blush.
having it or it'll make you blush.
But it's dark, you can't see. I really like the cabin crew on our flight. They've got good banter. So there's a drink service before the dinner. I got the cranberry blush. It comes with nuts.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry it's taken.
Oh no,
We're just working with less crew today.
Full flight today?
Sorry?
Full flight?
It's a full flight,
Wow.
yeah, but we're missing 2, so...
Lucky for me. So here comes the starter, main and dessert. It all came on a tray. So we got a bread and butter, a bean salad. For dessert it's a lavender cake and a selection of cheese. And for drink of choice I went for sparkling water and red wine to go with my beef cheeks. The beef looks a little bit dry but it's got plenty of sauce to keep it moist. Let's give it a try. It's actually pretty good, not too tough, and the sauce is delicious. I really like the new British Airways glassware. I'm tempted to take it home. For the lavender cake, I never thought you could eat anything lavender. I gave it a go, it was pretty good. Not that I would try it again though. Overall, it was a solid meal on board British Airways. I look forward for BA to bring back the pre-COVID service, so starter first followed by main and dessert. According to online sources, the pre-COVID service will make a comeback in late October 2022, in addition to the Sydney flights being upgraded to 777 with club suites. So your BA experience on BA 15 and 16 is about to get a lot better. Now I've lied down completely, it's really comfortable. The bed length is perfect, I got enough shoulder room. The privacy is amazing, I got high walls and dividers surrounding myself. Now for the TV, you can tilt it downwards so you can continue watching your movie in comfort while you're in a fully flat position. Now I might as well show you the TV content. The British Airways entertainment system hasn't got the most extensive selection, but it's still pretty good. For new movies, you've got 38 of them. Despite this being a slightly older system, your flight map is interactive, but it's a bit clumsy and hard to move it around. I actually just had a very solid 2 to 3 hours sleep. I'm a bit hungry and I just woke up, so I decided to check out the club kitchen. It's located in between the 2 Club World cabins. You can grab some crisps, biscuits and drinks like wine and soft drinks. Now it's time for breakfast, it's time to sit upright again. We've just got a little bit more than an hour to go. Again, everything is served on a tray this time and there's no selection, everyone has the same food. For the main, we've got a ham and scrambled egg sandwich. For drinks, I opted for English tea with milk and OJ. For the side, we've got a very sweet strawberry yogurt and a muffin. Overall, again, it was a solid meal, a bit too much carbs though. I ate the ham and scrambled eggs but left out the bread. Soon the cabin crew came to collect meal trays and gave out Australian arrival cards.
6 o'clock local. It is a little bit behind our scheduled time of arrival of 10 past 5 local. Unfortunately, it's because of our restrictions landing to the north in Sydney. We'd normally be able to land a bit earlier, but the weather unfortunately is not conducive to that, so we've had to delay it a little bit. Well, currently it's showers of rain, overcast clouds, moderate wind from the south, and a temperature of 15 degrees centigrade. The local time now is 20 minutes past 5 in the morning. We'll be landing just after 6 and be on stand shortly after that. Cabin crew, that's 40 minutes landing. 40 minutes landing.
That's why you must declare or dispose of food and ingredients such as fruit, vegetables, spices, grains.
We've started our descent into Sydney, Australia, so let's quickly conclude this trip report with British Airways right here, right now. Our journey today started at Changi Airport Terminal 1. Check-in was really quiet. I suppose most passengers on this Singapore to Sydney sector commenced their trip from London or even elsewhere in Europe. I then paid a visit to the British Airways Singapore Lounge. It's a really beautiful lounge, it's got a really cozy vibe to it, and you can order some fancy drinks via the QR code on the dining tables. Now moving on, when I got on board, I got a very nice and warm welcome from our flight purser. Herself and the rest of the team were all absolutely amazing throughout the flight. In one of the passenger announcements after takeoff, she cracked some really funny jokes, and she also said throughout the red-eye flight she's happy to have a conversation with anyone. When I visited the club kitchen, I had a conversation with her, and I was shocked when she told me that this is her first flight to Australia in over 12 years. I can't even imagine how excited she is about this trip. I've lived in Australia for 8 years now and so many things have changed. She's not seen Australia in 12 years, that's amazing. Anyway, the service from all the cabin crew was also amazing. Despite this being a very full flight, I don't think the service was rushed, and I appreciate how after every meal tray selection, they would say, "Could I get you some more wine or tea, or can I get you something else?" Lastly, I'm going to talk about the seat. I think probably the worst seats are the ones on the aisle side. You're completely exposed to the aisle itself. Before boarding, I was a bit anxious about the middle seat, but the moment I had to divide us up, I loved it so much. The privacy is amazing. It's like a little private room, and I actually felt quite spacious at that seat. It certainly doesn't look so on the photos though. Overall, I really enjoyed this flight with BA today. Now for your information, if you were to book a return journey on British Airways from Singapore to Sydney on their 777 Club Suite, your airfare would start from 4,160 Singaporean dollars. So guys, that's it for the conclusion. Thank you so much for watching today's trip report. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, please like this video, comment down below and share this video with your friends. Most importantly, if you haven't subscribed, please do so now. I upload a new trip report like this one every Thursday, 12 PM Hong Kong and Singapore time, or 3 PM in Sydney, and normally I get window seat. So be sure to click that subscribe and bell button so next time when I upload you won't miss out. You can also keep up to date with me on my social media platforms like Snapchat, Instagram, BeReal and Facebook. Thanks again so much for watching. After disembarking, I'll show you a little Singapore vlog. Enjoy!
Seatbelt securely fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off. When it is safe to do so, please take care when opening overhead lockers, as items may have moved and could fall out, causing injury. You may now make and receive calls, as well as use all data services on your handheld electronic device. Please continue to wear your face mask for disembarkation, as this is a local requirement here in Sydney. For customers who have requested assistance to leave the aircraft today, we ask that you remain seated until the aisle around you is clear and our crew will be on hand to assist you. If you require any assistance here at Sydney, please speak to our colleagues on the ground who will be happy to help. On behalf of all of the crew, it's been our great pleasure having you on board. We'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. I know many of you, this is your first time in Australia for many years, and you're looking anxiously waiting to see family and friends, so we wish you a wonderful time in this great country. Thank you, and a very good morning to you all.
Bye.
You never know.
Bye, Susan.
Bye-bye,
Enjoy
Jason.
Australia as much as you can. Take care.
Anytime. Thank you.
Good afternoon from Singapore. Nothing too much is planned for this afternoon, so I decided to go for a walk. I was about to purchase some ice cream sandwich. Unfortunately, they only accept cash. I didn't bring cash for a walk. For dinner, I had some chicken schnitzel at a German place.
You've been sitting outside, it's not hot at all. It was earlier today.
We're finishing off the night with some beautiful and delicious cocktails.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boston. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and your cabin baggage stowed until the seatbelt sign has been turned off.